Hello, everyone. This is Lab 5 for Mechatronics, and in this lab, we are using the Arduino to control the light bulb, whether it goes off or on. So there are two setups in this lab. The first setup is just a normal analog on and off for the LED over here, as you can see in this picture. There's the Arduino. This is the light bulb. We chose the blue color. This is the resistor. We combine. The resistor is the input, and the resistor has the 5 voltage in it. In order to simulate this, I will now go to Tinkercad and show the first setup. So for the first setup, we can see the code over here. So the code is very simple. We put the pin mode over here as A3 in this case. This is the pin mode, which means that this pin is going to be the output, and there's going to be this loop where we take the input and it's the high, and there's the 5 voltage. There's the ground over here. We get the normal voltage, and it says that for 2 seconds you turn it on, and then for 2 seconds you turn it off. So this is what the digital ride is. The digital ride is it takes the input, the analog input or the output, the pin A3, and sets it to high. And if we run the code, you can see that look at the light bulb turns on for 2 seconds, turn for 2 seconds, then turns on for 2 seconds, turns off for 2 seconds, and turns on for 1 second. So this was the first setup. For the second setup, we go back to the Microsoft Word. The second setup is we're using a potentiometer to do this. And for the potentiometer over here, you can see that there's a lot of connections. We need a 5 voltage on the potentiometer, and we also need to put the analog, the input on the potentiometer, and we chose A1 over here. And since we are using potentiometer values to to control the LED brightness, we put the LED in here in the 6 over here because in Arduino, the numbers that have dashes on them, which is 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11, maybe, those are the ones that have the PWM, which is the pulse width measurement. So, in order to see the simulation for this, we go to the second simulation, and we can see this is how it's set up in the Arduino. The output for the LED goes to the pulse to the number 6 pin, and the input to the potentiometer goes to A1. And if you go look at the code over here, the code is the same thing. We just add a new pin mode, which is A1 for the potentiometer over here, and then we define a potentiometer value, which is it reads the analog from the A1. It reads it because in the potentiometer you can turn values, and we set the brightness. We map the brightness using the map function, using the analog read, the A1, and we map it onto the 0, 1 to 1023 and the 0 to 55 because Arduino, the LED runs on 8 bits, but but the potentiometer on Arduino can read up to 10 bits. And then when you do analog write, you analog write the pin, output pin, which is 6, to the brightness. If we run this code, you can see over here that it's the brightest over here, and you can see it's dimming until it turns off when you reach over here. And it's the same thing. You come over here and you keep increasing the dimness, increasing the brightness, and here you increase the dimness over here. See, it turns off and it turns off. That was the end of this lab. Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah.